So I kind of wish that YouTube would allow you to respond to two videos at once, because this is, on the one hand, a continuation of my conversation with Jericho Movie. On the other hand, it's a response to some videos that Professor Anton is making lately. I'll focus on more on responding to Professor Anton. He's been talking about language and about setting man apart from animals, and I want to contest that a little bit. I mentioned in my previous video the book Philosophy in the Flesh by George Lakoff and Mark Johnson, where they talk about cognitive metaphor and how we live. We not only speak in metaphor, but we actually think in metaphor due to associations that are common to our bodily experience. Like, for example, when your mother is holding you as a baby, you experience simultaneously bodily warmth and mother's affection, and so you get this metaphor: warmth equals affection. And so, for many years later, you talk about someone having a warm smile. Well, and that basic metaphor is common to every language and every culture because it's common to the human experience. And you use those primary metaphors, as they call them, to construct complex metaphors, which tend to be more socially constructed. They tend to be more unique to specific cultures. But the social construct is built up from ontological construct, I guess you'd say, the sort of construct of the human experience. And so, what an interesting implication of this is that animals have metaphors too, because animals have a common embodied experience. They would make associations through that embodiment, and there might be different associations than ours, and so they would enact a different reality than ours. But they would still think metaphorically. And as Lakoff and Johnson point out, reason is built up from these cognitive metaphors. And so that also means that animals have the ability to reason, and that human reason is simply sort of an extended form of animal reason. And so, yeah, certainly the degree of what we're able to do with language, with metaphor, and with reason is far and away more than what the animal kingdom is able to do. But what I would argue is that the difference between us and animals is one of degree rather than of kind. We are simply we simply have more evolved capacities from more primitive capacities in other animals. So I guess I'll leave it at that. Peace.